He is pound for pound the best boxer in the world. He is a 4-division world champion, undisputed super middleweight champion. He has beaten 16 world champions throughout the course of his decorated and illustrious career. He possesses all the attributes of a perfect, well-rounded boxer, and most importantly, he fights for his fans, his country, and to cement his legacy as one of the greatest of all time. He is none other than Saul Canelo Alvarez, and this is the night he looked unbeatable. After his first career loss to Floyd Mayweather Jr. in 2013, he destroyed, demolished and dominated all his opponents in the following 3 years.
They run when they hear that the ting goes bang. Bang, do my ones or do a gang. Jump out close or jump out bang.
From 2017, he was thrown into the big money fights, first against Chavez Jr. After annihilating him for 12 rounds, Canelo took on the biggest challenge in the middleweight division.
You are next, my friend.
The bout was an all-out war. Although many fans and experts believed that Triple G edged it, the fight was controversially scored a draw.
But to have Canelo Alvarez winning 118, 110, that judge needs to be tested now. Not an hour from now, not 2 hours from now, not tomorrow morning. She needs to be tested now.
A rematch was set up between these two gladiators to settle their differences. The rematch was better than the first fight. Canelo's adjustments from his last fight helped him to narrowly outpoint Triple G.
The subtle movement, the pivots, it's been a brilliant performance in the middle of the ring by both fighters.
He took on another middleweight champion, Danny the Miracle Man Jacobs in 2019. His head movement and effective counter-punching in this fight helped him to seal a comfortable unanimous decision.
The hardest thing to do in the ring, make the man miss.
In late 2020, he made a move to super middleweight and agreed to fight Callum Smith, who was ranked number 1 in the division. Smith's massive physical stature was supposed to give Canelo problems, but his natural advantages were nullified by Canelo's skill, speed and ring IQ. This dominating win set up a huge fight against his conceited British rival Billy Joe Saunders. Saunders was an extremely talented, fleet-footed southpaw. He had beaten 3 world champions at that time, David Lemieux, Andy Lee and Chris Eubank Jr. Although his resume and accomplishments weren't on Canelo's level, slick southpaws like Erislandy Lara and Austin Trout had previously given Canelo a lot of problems. Saunders didn't have a lot of power, but possessed great boxing skills. In his 30 encounters throughout his career, he emerged victorious on all 30 occasions. There was no blueprint to beat him at that time. He also brought a lot of trash talk to the table to get in Canelo's mind.
People can say I ain't lived a life, I ain't done it right, but I'm here. Two-weight world champion, 2-time world champion, 30 fights, 30 wins, won every single title on the way, beat everybody prospects coming through. I don't want to go right if I've done it wrong. This will be the biggest upset in boxing history. I don't give a shit if he's the star of the show. He may be the star of the show on paper, but trust me, it will not be all work in his own way. He'll have a very, very big shot.
Canelo was the favourite, but a Saunders victory wasn't impossible or unthinkable.
He can move, he's awkward, southpaw, throws some awkward angles. I think if anyone can beat Canelo, it's Billy Joe.
There's an old saying, there's always someone better around the corner, isn't there? And that could work for you or against you. But I haven't met that man yet myself.
All these factors didn't only make the fight intriguing and fascinating, but also made it Canelo's biggest challenge since Triple G. The long-awaited bout was set up on May 8th, Cinco de Mayo weekend, which is Mexico's biggest festival. This made the fight bigger and eventually drew the largest indoor crowd for a sporting event in the USA. Canelo, with his efficiency and vicious and ferocious body shots, sealed the first 3 rounds.
Also in the United Kingdom, good morning.
Really?
Saunders started to implement his game plan from round 4. He used his jab effectively and dodged Canelo's power punches with his head movement. He started to win rounds and the fight got closer and more nail-biting as it progressed. But Canelo was composed and kept applying the pressure. After 7 rounds, the fight was pretty even and could go either way in the following 5 rounds. But then came the 8th round. Canelo dodged a hook and countered it with a brilliant uppercut.
You see Canelo landing big shots and he's here.
And look, the right eye.
He breaks down opponents and makes them weary of the shot that are coming their way.
He's like a matador.
Which broke Billy Joe's orbital bone and forced him to quit. Canelo humbled him and taught the world that it is hard to beat a boxer who possesses all the skills. It is harder to beat a boxer who has mastered one skill, but it is nearly impossible to beat a boxer who has mastered all the skills, and that boxer is Canelo himself.
Who's next?
Hey, my friend, with all my respect, I told you, easy money.
1 year has gone by after this incredible boxing display by Canelo. Now he is taking on another challenge, that is Dimitri Bivol, who is the light heavyweight champion. Bivol is a really good boxer and has all the natural advantages over Canelo, so this is a close 50-50 fight. He is a gift to the boxing world, not only because he exhibits immense talent, but also because he always provides entertaining fights for the fans and represents the sport really well outside the ring. Irrespective of the result on May 7th, the fans of the Sweet Science will not forget the night Canelo Alvarez looked unbeatable. This video shoutout is Rishikesh. The correct answer for my last video's question was Steffi Graf. If you want to be next video's shoutout, here is the question for the day. Who did Canelo Alvarez beat to become the undisputed super middleweight champion? The first person to comment the correct answer for this question is going to get a shoutout in my next video. So please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time.